Hey, all right, guys. Good morning. It's show day for me. Finally here. Thank y'all all for tuning in and following along and all the support that you give me. It's been really awesome, and doing prep myself has been such a fun experience. And this is what I really love to do. So it's been a great process, and I just look forward to keep doing it myself because it's enjoyable for me and made it more fun. But just to give you a recap of yesterday, I started filling out and drying out, made weight at 211.2, and by the end of the night, if you watched the last video, I got up to 216.6 right before bed. So with taking a quarter tab of a 37.5 25 milligram diazide, so I knew there was going to be a drop, but I didn't think it would be as much as it was yesterday because I had like those French fries, and that's what happened. So I slept really hard, and I only got up once to pee. And when I did, I just had a Rice Krispie treat and a little bit of almond butter on it, just to have some extra carbs. And I had like maybe 3 ounces of water, something just to keep a little bit more fullness and not as much drop. Finally got up at 6. Weight came down to 213.6. So definitely held on to a lot more fullness. If you remember back to yesterday, I woke up at 206.8. So I've already gained about 6 pounds of weight since my lowest. And looking over my pics, like that's the main thing is how do I look? Do I look full? And I do have really good fullness. I think I can be a little bit crisper. So my main meals that I was doing yesterday were 50 grams of carbs, I was doing like 30 grams of protein and 10 grams of fat, and those sustain me really well. So I'm going to start off today with that for my meal one. Doing 140 grams of rice, 50 grams of banana, 4 ounces of chicken, 50 grams of spinach, and some sea salt and cinnamon, and 4 ounces of coffee for a little bit of fluids, enough to take my morning supplements. Which by that I just mean my bowel regimen, because that's important, just keeping everything going. And I'll start here and just assess my pics and go on. And the idea of taking, I'm going to take another quarter tab of diazide this morning because I do think I can get tighter, but I have time. I don't go on stage till 2:30, so I'll see if I can dry out more, and then I can always bring some fluids back in if I need to get a little fuller. So let's keep going meal by meal today, and we'll be hitting prejudging soon. All right, guys, so just weighed in, and I was 212.6, so my weight's holding pretty well. Just a little while ago I was 212.2, so bringing in the about 16 ounces of water between meals is just slowly bringing my weight up, but I'm definitely like getting a little fuller and getting tighter. I mean, my quads are looking like cross-striated, and everything's coming together really well. So these next meals I'm going to do are just going to be 180 grams of rice, 4 ounces of chicken, and 20 grams of nut butter. And I'm just going to do these every 2 hours leading up to the show. So it's going to be pretty simple. Keep the water with 6 ounces between with the meal, and then 16 ounces between the meal. And as we get closer, I'll probably taper it back a little bit, but as of right now, feel excellent with where I'm at. Looks really good. Alright, guys, I'm backstage at Dallas Europa. So far this will be my last meal before I go on stage, so I'm just doing 75 grams of carbohydrate from pancake, about 30 grams of almond butter, and 20 grams of jam, and some sea salt, so just carbohydrate. That sat well in New York, that's what I did. But also doing it for like these pre-workout meals, it goes really well. I get a good pump, so I'll get this down. I probably won't be able to film for when I'm pumping up, and taking what I plan to do is honey, and then 4 ounces of water and some sea salt before I go on stage. So that's the plan. So almost there, ready to go on. Let's do it. All right, guys, prejudging's all done. As far as my look, from what I saw in my pictures and video, like this was 100% my best. I thought I looked awesome up there. I was super dry and hard, and I had plenty of size, I think, to hang with anyone up there.
super happy with the look I brought. It was just the call outs were just really strange. It was hard to make sense of them, and they're very random. I almost think it was intentional, so no one really knows how they did. Everyone seemed really confused coming off stage. Guys were getting switched around all over the place, and then they did like a call out at the end with several people in it, but I don't know, it was still unclear. So either way, I've had my best, and we're gonna just go into finals and try to just bring it in even fuller and harder. That's all I can do. So you did miss, I've been trying to show you all these meals, but you did miss a little bit because we were trying to get out of the show. I had to get some food in. So just to get you caught up, right after I got off stage, I had 16 ounces of water just to get some fluids back in. And then at 6 p.m., I had a meal that I already packed with me, and I got that down. It was just 4 ounces of chicken, 180 grams of rice, 20 grams of almond butter, this normal concoction that I've been doing with some cinnamon and sweet and low in it. And then I also had a muffin too, so something more calorie dense, because it was a pretty good gap from when I had stopped eating, because I went on about 3:30 and I didn't get that meal into about 6. So what was working really well in the morning was doing these 4 ounce chicken meals and 180 grams of rice with almond butter and 16 ounces of water between meals. That was like bringing me my fullness up. It was getting really hard the whole time. So my next 2 meals, I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing, but just still watch my look and my weight. I'm headed right now to Extreme Iron Pro Gym. Animals have an ABC event out there, so I'm gonna make an appearance, see some fans, and probably get maybe like a chest pump in, just move some blood around, help drive these next meals to help me fill out a little bit more. So at Extreme Iron Pro Gym, we're gonna get that meal down that I talked about. Still 4.5 ounces of chicken, 180 grams of rice, 50 grams of spinach, had 20 grams of almond butter in it. And I'm gonna get to train some chest. Guys, I'm back at the apartment. I ended up having a lot of running around to do after I went to the gym, and I was going to add some fries in. It was just trying to find certain fries, and it just dragged out and out and out. So I came back, I just ate real quick, so I didn't film this meal. But for my final meal, I just did my 4 ounces of I did 4 ounces of flank steak and 20 grams of almond butter, 180 grams of rice, and a muffin that I got at Whole Foods, and still had like 6 ounces of water with it. And the previous night I had a big weight drop overnight, and so to prevent that, I wanted to add in something pretty calorie dense and pretty high in sodium, so I salted the meal pretty heavy. That was the idea of when I was trying to get the fries. I wanted something that was going to be high fat, digest slow, and have some high sodium, just to hold on to everything overnight. So I just kind of try to mimic that the best I could by adding in the muffin and salting it more. And we'll see how I wake up in the morning and try to stay really full.
But the thing for tomorrow, like looking at my picks, I think I have the size. It's just like get as hard as possible. So that'll be the goal for tonight and going into tomorrow. I will take another quarter tab of diazide, 37.525, because the last dose I had was this morning, so it's way out of my system. So I could start getting some of the kickback effects of it and start retaining. So I want that just to push out a little extra water. But that's it for our prejudging day. We'll wake up tomorrow, see how I look, and get into our final plan for the final show day.